Okay, time for a custom gas tank mount. I got this idea from another video on YouTube. I'll put a link in the description. I'm not doing it exactly the way that guy did, but for the most part, it involves using 4 tank brackets instead of 2. The problem with these tanks, as I understand it, is that tightening the nuts on this bracket can weaken this here where the bolt goes into the tank, causing leaks. So a way you can stop that is by putting a bracket on first this way, and then this next one on here. Then when you tighten the bolts down on this, the tension is between the brackets and not on these studs. So that's what we're going to do. I already started this one here. These are lock nuts, and I think I'm just going to put these all the way down. So I'll have a lock nut all the way down on the bottom. I want to be careful not to tighten that against the bottom, but I'm just going to move it down. Looks good enough. All right, then we'll have one of these this way, and then this will go on the bottom of the tube, and we'll sandwich them together like that. But I think, let me test fit that first, and I may put, I might end up gluing some old inner tube here to give a better grip and to protect the paint. Okay, well that's not going to work. With this on like this and my bike's top tube, there is not enough bolts. There's not enough stud length to even get this one on. So that's not going to work. Take these off now. Okay, without the lock nut put on first, I've got just enough thread sticking out to add the second one on the bottom. So what I'm going to do is glue some pieces of inner tube. I'll cut a piece of inner tube and glue in here with 2-part epoxy. And hopefully that gives enough added grip that I can snug these down just enough to keep this thing from moving and not have problems pulling these studs out like a lot of people have. Day 2. I apologize if you can hear my air conditioner, but it's a little too warm to do without. Okay, so I let these set up overnight. Just took a razor blade and trimmed up the edges. So those are going to go on there like that. 2 on the other side. Let's show you what we're getting out of this. So here's the tank, just put on the pipe. Now, the second I let go of this, it's going flying. But with the inner tube on these brackets, boom, look, Mom, no hands. So what that's going to do for us is just provide a little bit of friction that will hopefully enable me to not crank down so tight on these brackets and risk leaking, making the tank leak. As I stated previously, it's not exactly what I wanted to do, but there's not enough clearance with this pipe. This top tube is a lot fatter on a fat bike than on most other bikes. So I really wanted to have some lock nuts on there to torque against the lock nuts and not against the tank, but it's just not going to be that way. All right, let's get what I'm going to do next is install the Petcock, and then I'll put this tank on the bike. Okay, I still have to buy an O-ring for my carburetor, so I'm not going to do a complete installation of the tank. I'm not going to put on the hose or the fuel filter. We're just going to put this part on. Now, everybody says to take this filter off and not use it because it gets clogged almost immediately, and you have a better filter in the fuel line. So I will take that advice. The other thing I have to do with this is my derailleur cable and my rear brake cable run underneath this bar. So I gotta pop this clamp between the cable and top tube. There is not a lot of room on there. I was hoping to get a washer on, but phew, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to be honest. Oh man. Okay, I got it. We'll have to see how tight that gets. As long as I can turn this in enough to get the plastic of the lock nut onto the threads, should be all right. I cannot see what I'm doing. Do this by feel. There we go. Without a professional camera crew, I don't know how much you're going to actually end up seeing of that, but let's tighten these up a little bit. The nice thing about this ratchet is it has a knurled knob here so you can turn by hand. So that helps to get things started evenly. That side's tight. What I'm going to try here is finger tight. As tight as I can get it with just my fingers. And then I'm going to do like, oops. I'm going to do 1/8 of a turn, I guess, or so. And let's try and get a feel for, I don't think that's going anywhere, boys. I'm going to leave that for now. Alright, so that's it for this video. And see you next time.